How does a blind person use dating apps?
Yeah.
Well, I'm blind and I used dating apps. So today we're gonna talk all about it.
Okay, so you probably have some great dating stories as a blind person.
Yeah,
Things that
blind date stories.
your blind date stories that were like embarrassing or awkward, or you showed up and
Wait, why? What? Embarrassing and awkward? Okay, maybe.
like all of us.
But also like heartwarming and sweet.
Okay. That's good. I mean, because dating is challenging for all of us.
It is.
And I think as a blind person, it's probably even more challenging.
Yeah, I mean, let me tell you, Matthew. People with disabilities out there, trust me, like dating is hard enough, but throw in a disability, it is another twist. It's another challenge, and I've faced many challenges along the way.
Okay. Any dates that went well?
Yes, many dates that went well, one in particular, and I
Okay.
have a great story that I want to share today as well.
Okay, Paul. So as a blind person, why did you use a dating app?
You know, what are our other options? Meeting people
At work?
at work. I worked from home.
Okay. No. At school?
I was out of school, graduated. Then
Your local sports team?
Oh, yes. Not a sports fan, really. I have to admit. What?
Everyone goes out, dinner.
Right.
After work hours, you could just go out.
Sure. So, great point. A lot of people, especially in cities, they go out at night.
Yeah.
And I'm totally 100% night blind.
Oh.
Actually, that's where I'm most vulnerable with my condition.
Okay.
Okay. So going out at night was like kind of scary for me, actually.
Right.
I felt unsafe oftentimes. And if I went out with a group of friends at night, which of course I did in college, I was like arm in arm with my friends. I actually looked like I was already in a relationship with whoever I went out with.
So you were keeping everybody away from you already.
Yes.
And then if they came up and talked to you, you had no idea what they looked like.
I had no clue what they looked like. I sometimes had a friend who would like whisper in my ear, like, they're cute, they're not cute, give me a little info.
Okay, so you would have needed to go out to a place that was lit as brightly as like a bright, sunny field.
Matthew, I dreamed
Okay.
that there would be a place where everybody would go to on a Friday or Saturday night and it was lit up like a cafeteria.
Oh.
Like just a ceiling full of fluorescent lights.
Just bathe.
Yes. I was like,
People
why?
are wearing sunglasses, it's so bright.
Hopefully not.
No? Okay.
I mean, maybe just the blind people. But I was thinking like in order to have an opportunity to really like assess somebody with my tunnel vision and my loss of low light vision, I would need to be in that kind of environment.
Yeah.
Also not loud, no music, just like a nice quiet set, almost like a library.
Right, because you can't do any lip reading.
No, I cannot do any lip reading.
In a noisy environment, I've realized from being with you that I'm probably half hearing, half lip reading.
Really?
Yeah.
That's illuminating. I had no idea that you were doing that in those settings. Another thing that you know about me, and a lot of people who have low vision and blind like myself, sensory overload is a real thing. So a lot of noise combined with a tiny bit of vision can be so mentally exhausting. And to try to carry on conversations in those settings. We just had dinner the other night with a big group, and by the end of it, I was just like, I like barely had a pulse. I was just like, Matthew, put me to bed. I need to sleep for 12 hours.
And you can't lip read because you're locked on to like one eye. Your vision lets you see like
the other night?
Just one eye.
Couldn't see anything.
Oh, no eyes.
Nothing. And I just had it, and people thought I was making eye contact with them because I'm looking in the direction of a voice.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see anything, which is exhausting as well, to sort of pretend like you are looking at something when you can't see it. So all of that to say, real world situations were not my favorite way to meet new people. And so the creation of dating apps, the explosion of dating apps, in the last 15 years was so cool for me as a person with a disability, because it was like I could explore all these options in the comfort of my own cozy couch at home, and full brightness on my screen, use my phone's accessibility options, and carefully take my time to go through profiles and decide if that person was a match or if they seemed interesting. And then of course carry on conversations through text.
Well, let's get out your phone and show us all your accessibility features.
Okay. Matthew?
Yeah.
You set up the accessibility features on my phone.
Yes, I did.
Thank you, like
You're
a good
welcome.
partner.
Okay.
Well, we've just erased them all.
Ooh, okay.
So that you could kind of walk us through, we're going to screen record this, walk us through the things that you set up while I explain.
So are you explaining or am I explaining?
Well, why don't you explain the accessibility features,
Okay.
and then I want to talk about the sort of the misconceptions people have about blind people and
Okay.
using phones and dating apps.
Okay, so we are in settings. We're going to tap on accessibilities and we're going to use display and text size.
Right.
This is a big one.
This is a big one because 85%, at least 85% of the blind community has some usable vision.
Okay.
That means it varies greatly, but a lot of people who are blind can still see. They just need things enhanced a bit. So what are some of the options?
Okay, so now I should say you already have reverse contrast. Like this is already black, a black background with white font. So
Isn't everybody's?
no,
What?
this is reverse contrast.
When you go into the accessibility,
Well, this is
your
actually in
control
like
panel?
display or something.
Okay.
Yeah, so already you have white text on a black background. So this is reversed.
But you're also going to see something on
Yeah,
there.
so I'm going to
called-
turn on bold text.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Your text just got a little bolder. We're
Bolder.
going to go to live text, allow accessible sizes, and we're going to go up like, I don't know, is that big enough?
Yeah, that's actually looking pretty good.
Okay, do you want bigger?
Let's see a little bigger. Ooh, I really like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
that's
nice.
good. Whoa.
Oh, that's great for me. So
Okay.
automatically looking at the screen, it's like my eyes relaxed a little because somebody who has low acuity like I do, compounded with a whole other host of things going on with my eyes. When I do attempt to see and when I'm trying to see with that very limited vision, it is very taxing. I find that I'm straining my eyes a lot. It's energetically draining, but also it hurts my eyes. So when you did that,
Yeah.
where'd the phone go? There
Okay.
it is. I just kind of like let out a little sigh of relief.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're not done. We're going to go see button shapes on, off and on labels.
What does the button
on.
shapes do?
It puts a little outline around a button.
Things that are clickable.
Right.
Get an outline.
So see the back word,
Yeah.
the word back
Yeah.
on the upper.
See, and that word is too small for me.
Okay, but so when I turn button shapes on,
Yeah.
look at what it gets.
Okay, now it's underlined, so it's a little
Yeah.
more. Now I can identify the clickable buttons
Okay.
on the screen.
We have the on-off labels, which just means you get the little. Do you see the little circle?
Where?
Right. Look at reduced transparency. See that little circle
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
So that means it's off.
Right.
But it turns green when it's on,
Yeah.
so I'm not sure if that's useful. Is that
I'm like,
useful?
no.
Okay, we're turning that off.
Okay, we don't need that.
Increase contrast.
Yeah, 100%. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more increased you can get with black and white, but in other settings, we'll see.
Differentiate without color. Replaces user interface items that rely solely on color to convey.
Right. I actually
Oh.
don't know about that one. I don't know that is something I need at this time, but I do love the smart inverse.
Oh, smart inverse. That
smart
is
inverse.
right here. Okay, we're gonna turn that on.
Okay, so that just means no matter what the scenario is, see,
Yeah.
a classic invert will invert everything, including photos. And if anybody's looked at a negative for a photograph, it's really weird looking. You know, it reverses, like your black hair will just be shock white, and it doesn't even look recognizable anymore. But this doesn't invert photographs, only text, so that the black is on the background and all text is white. And I love that because there have been so many times I've opened apps, including dating apps, where the interface is like a white background or whatever they want it to be. And I am like, I can't even read this person's profile. With the smart inverse, it forces everything. Every user interface has that nice black background.
Okay. Last, all the way down at the bottom,
Okay.
is
Where are you?
auto brightness.
Where's my phone?
Because your phone is auto
This
brightening
is so,
right now.
is it light?
So
I
we have
can't
to
even
turn
see
it off.
Okay.
And then put it all the way up.
Oh my God, yes.
There we go.
Much better.
You,
Okay.
you do not want auto brightness because
No.
it's constantly brightening and dimming the
No, no,
screen.
no,
You
no.
want it at maximum retina searing brightness all the time.
100% of the time. Okay, so with all of these features in play,
Okay, I think that's it.
okay.
I mean, yeah, for now.
So I
mean,
think-
there are other settings.
And there are customizable settings depending on your level of sight loss, and it's different for everybody. Like I said, 85% of the blind community at least has some little bit of vision to work with, and therefore these are customizable. Like you noticed, one of them I didn't really need at all. It was that color control.
Yeah. Okay, those are your accessibility features.
Matthew, there is one more very essential tool
Ooh, what?
in the accessibility option
Yeah.
for people who are low vision and blind, and
Which
it
is, please pick out and arrange for my next date.
Just an AI that does it all for you.
That does it all for you.
Oh, maybe one day. But it is called Voiceover. At least on my phone, it's called Voiceover.
Okay.
It is essentially a
there it
screen
is.
reader. Don't activate it yet,
Don't?
Matthew.
Okay.
Yeah, because once you activate Voiceover, your whole phone changes. Okay, it's actually hard and it can be challenging. Anybody watching, open it up. I think before you toggle with it and play with it, make sure you watch a YouTube video that tells you how to get out of it.
Not be able to get out of it.
It can be a little difficult. So just make sure you know how to get out of it before you turn it on, because it
took you a long time to get out of it the first time.
It freaked me out because I play around with it from time to time. I have a progressive disease called retinitis pigmentosa. I will eventually have almost no vision at all, meaning that I will have to rely on VoiceOver.
Yeah.
Right now I'm really grateful that I'm at a stage where I can just use these accessibility tools and I'm not at the VoiceOver level yet. I do sometimes use it in certain situations where I cannot seem to enlarge the text enough. There are certain websites that even with the accessibility features, they keep the text small, and I've used it.
I'm never around when you do this?
I don't do it often.
Okay.
Because as soon as I run into it, I'm just like, I can't even deal with this today. But I have used it, and we are going to use it a little later when we do our dating app simulation.
Ooh.
That's a teaser. I'm going to pull out the screen reader and show you how a totally blind person would use a dating app.
Okay. Will it tell you what the person looks like?
Matthew, just wait.
Oh, okay.
Just don't spoil it. No spoilers.
Okay, Paul. Yeah. Let's recreate
the moment.
The moment when
we matched.
Yes.
Because we met on a dating app 8 years ago.
Okay.
Okay, so we have recreated phony profiles.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I guess that we've created phony profiles. I was gonna say we've recreated our profiles.
No, we put up some phony profiles with our pictures briefly on an app.
Okay.
I have not been on a dating app since we met 8 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. So we have recreated our profiles. We're gonna see if we can find each other, discover each other.
Okay.
Say hi. Okay. Ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
I'm swiping.
Okay.
Okay. I'm waiting till I find you, right? I'm not swiping yes on anybody else. Oh! I got you. I got you. Yes.
Wait. Okay. So you got to swipe on me.
I did.
So
I did.
Okay.
I liked you. Did you find me?
Okay, there you are.
I got you.
Look at that.
Okay, there's your profile. Now, interesting. I want you to notice something on mine. Despite having bumped up those accessibility features, I am getting reverse contrast. I don't know what yours looks like. Do you have the black like I have on here?
No. Mine's like this.
Oh God, I can't see any of that.
Can you see that?
Okay, but look, the text is small. Despite having turned my large text all the way up.
It's very small. Yeah.
I cannot.
It's the same size as mine.
I can barely read any of this information. I'm grateful that I do have the black background there, and you have a nice clear picture. Obviously, with me, when I look at Matthew's picture here, I can tell that is Matthew.
Okay.
But, and I scan the picture.
So look in one place.
Yeah.
And how much do you see? Don't move your eyes around.
Okay, your right eye.
Okay.
I'm looking at the right eye. I can tell there's like a face around the eye, but not until I scan around the whole thing can I see, oh, you got your arms crossed, you're leaning on, it looks like a chair. I want to say your shirt is black, your pants are white, you have dark hair. Like, I'm doing a scan, almost like a computer scanner, and I'm putting the whole image together in my brain. And if I hold it far away like that, I can fit more in. So this is what I would literally do. It gets blurry. So now it's like, and I have a lot of visual noise in my eyes.
Okay.
It's like, I call it snow, like visual snow or static. And when I hold it out here, my eyes are now full of static, and it's actually creeping in on this center part of my vision. I don't know why.
Oh, no.
That happens because when I stare at a bright screen, it's helpful to see. I can see the contrast. This is, by the way, a great photo because it's so high contrast.
Yeah.
You uploaded the photo that way. My screen reader didn't
was
create
like,
that.
I need to find, I need to find a blind person. So high contrast photos.
Oh my God, pro tip, if you want to date a blind person, put up a high contrast photo, wear dark colors in front of a white backdrop.
Or white colors in front of a black backdrop.
Yeah, just reverse it. So I'm holding this away. I'm like, I can tell how you look. You look very friendly and nice. I would definitely swipe yes on that.
Okay.
Very good. Handsome.
Good, thank you. You too.
Okay.
You too. Of course, it's easy for me to see and read everything and get, everything all at once. So, yeah.
I'm disappointed, of course, that this isn't, that my accessibility features have had minimal effect on this readable area, because honestly, Matthew, I kind of had to cover my eyes and get in close, and it's really hard for me to focus on some of these words.
Can you read any of them?
I see that you're in Seattle and that you're 1 mile away. That was pretty bold.
Okay. What about above that?
English, it looks like it says English.
Yeah.
And these are like these little interest areas. So I'm gonna like hold this really close, and then that's too close, and then I have to blink like a lot. And I really wish this was bolded, but I can tell that it does say art, foodie, and gym. Okay, but see, it's a bit of a struggle.
Yeah.
If it was reversed with white background, I don't think I would be as successful in being able to scan it. What I will do, I want to show you a hack. I'm going to show you right now because the text is getting even smaller up here at the top. Is there any vital information there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's what I would do.
What's your hack?
It's a screenshot.
Okay.
I screenshot. I tap on that.
Now what are you gonna
and
do?
watch. I zoom in.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, look it. You don't do drugs. Oh, that's good.
Oh, you just drew on it.
I underlined that. Okay. So, and then I would look over. Oh, active with the, I see a little like a gym, a weight.
A weight, yes.
Oh, cool. I didn't notice that before. I didn't see that.
So many discoveries.
Oh, you're single.
Yeah.
But
I mean, when we met, we were single. We're recreating our profiles for when we met.
oh, never smokes.
No.
Okay, I see the little cigarette now. And what's this? Oh, you're a man.
I'm a man.
Okay. See, and that's my little hack. So if the accessibility features fail me, I will do this a lot. I will zoom in and scan, and it's a little bit slower, but I can actually get in closer to your picture this way too. So I can say done, and I always, how do I do this?
Up at the top. Delete screenshot.
Where did it say that? Okay.
It was kind of, but it was a weird, it was like a blue on
I
a
know
gray.
that was weird. I'm doing this again. I'm gonna just do this with your photo because it wasn't allowing me to zoom into the photo.
Too close. Don't
so
get
now
too close.
I can zoom into the photo and look at those little handsome eyes. What are they? Like hazel? A little tinge of yellow, maybe?
Most people say they're muddy brown.
Oh no. Okay. So then that is also something that I will frequently do because these dating apps don't really allow you to pinch and zoom.
Caught you screenshotting.
Yeah. Oh god, this messed up. I think it reversed the contrast.
It did.
Not in a smart way.
So your phone is set at reverse contrast.
Smart
you
reverse.
did. Yeah, but your phone is already reverse contrast, black, white on black. And then you inverted that. So now it doesn't know what to do. You double inverted.
Matthew, I know. So this is actually proof that none of this is perfect, and there's always a little challenge. I've yet to have a mobile experience that wasn't a little bit of a challenge.
Okay, let me talk about what it was like coming across your dating app.
Oh, I want to know all about it.
So I was like, wow, he's really handsome.
Okay.
Oh, look at this. He is blind. He's got a cane. Okay, so he's blind. He ran a marathon.
Because I attached my Instagram.
Your Instagram. So I went to your Instagram.
Yeah.
And I looked at your Instagram. I was like, oh, he's legally blind.
Because I want to make something clear. I did not, in my dating profile, mention that I was blind.
Why?
Not to mislead anybody.
Yes.
But because I felt like that was information I really only wanted to share with people who I had a good feeling about.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I think everybody with a disability has that right. We don't need to put out there into the world, I'm blind, quote, vulnerable, and have a disability. I want to get to know you. I want a vibe check.
Yeah.
And when you pass the vibe check, which is generally just good grammar and like good communication skills, then I'm gonna divulge.
Okay, that is fair.
But I did have the Instagram connected, so a little sleuth thing,
right?
And you figured it out.
So into your Instagram, he's legally blind. He talks about retinitis pigmentosa, about his vision being bad or like really bad, and then
I had a cane.
Run a marathon
with a guide. Yes.
Yeah. I was like, wow, that's very brave to do. To put yourself out there in this way that is challenging. You were making green smoothies a lot. I saw a lot of green smoothies, a lot of photos of green smoothies.
I love a green smoothie.
And I really appreciated that because it's like he's taking good care of himself. He wants to, live his best life.
I want to have a long life.
A long life.
Yes.
And part of that is good self-care.
100%.
And then you had all this artwork.
Yeah.
Beautiful artwork. And I was like, how is he doing that?
So interestingly enough, even though I didn't put blindness in my profile, it was finding out that I was blind that made me more interesting to you.
Fascinated me. It was this conundrum. It was this dichotomy of you having that disability, yet doing all these amazing and incredible things.
Cool.
That didn't fit into blindness as I thought of it.
Amazing. Yeah, that's cool. That is so cool to hear because for sure some people probably did the same sleuthing that you did and then never messaged me. They were like, they saw me with a cane, they saw that I was running a marathon with a guide.
They weren't curious.
And they were like, this might not be a match for me. And you know what?
I'm curious.
But you were curious and you are a very curious person.
Curiosity killed the cat.
But you have 9 lives. Can I do something before we move on? And it's something I've always wanted to do.
Yes.
Because my vision loss is progressive, meaning I will eventually probably need to use the voiceover function more often. Now, I've never had the chance, nor will I ever really be using a dating app with the voiceover. So I wanted, now that I'm in a dating app, I kind of wanted to see what would that be like for a fully blind person.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go into the, you might have to help me out here. Oh.
Settings. Accessibility. Back button.
Okay.
Bumble. Main photo. Image. A poster with an image of a person and text on it. BFF. Registered /him.
It's telling me that it's a poster.
Yeah.
Your photo is so beautiful.
Tell us like what's in the poster.
Yeah. Maple's licking my feet. Maple! Okay.
Swipe up with
Can-
Bumble.
hold on.
Active. Bumble. Active.
Okay. I want to get into if it can read your profile to me.
App switch. Bumble. Active. Bumble. Bumble. Active. Swipe up with 3 fingers to close the app. Swipe
Oh,
up
3
or down
fingers.
to select a home. Settings.
Okay.
App switcher. Settings.
fingers.
Active. A person wearing a black shirt and posing for a photo in front of a window. BFF. Relationship status. Single. Button.
Okay, so I'm...
Smoke. Never. Button. Gender. Met. Button. Drink. Rarely. Button.
Rarely. Okay. So this is...
Exercise. Active. Button.
Okay.
Cannabis. Never. Button. Art. Foodie. Career focused. Going to therapy.
Oh.
English. Seattle 1 mile away.
Okay, this is so interesting. So I'm tapping. Now I wouldn't have to be able to read this, but I would still have to know. You know, I could close my eyes
Life. Heading.
and
Exercise. Active.
randomly, but it's would be
Seattle
very
1 mile
challenging.
away.
Yeah.
I hope that AI gets to the point where I can just...
Seattle 1 mile away. Languages I know.
I can just...
Sorry.
That's okay. I hope that it gets to the point where AI is so advanced that we can just talk to the AI and the AI like as if you had a best friend who could read everything to you very casually, describe photos very naturally.
Even learn your type.
Yes, absolutely. That would be incredible. Because right now I have to tell you, if this was where I was at with like less vision than I have, let's say I had no vision and I was just using this as a function, I would be very discouraged. I would need a friend to just go through the app with me.
Help. Yeah.
Okay, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. Well, I think it made me just really kind of grateful that I'm not using dating apps anymore. I gotta admit.
Me too. I do not miss it.
No.
Do not.
Not at all. Okay.
That was so
pausing
much
there.
fun.
That was a really fun. Hold on. Wait. Maple just finished his dinner and he
Yay! Good job. You finished your
You ate all your
dinner.
food.
You
Good
must
boy.
be rewarded with praises.
Good boy. It's the celebratory dance. Yes, you're such a good boy. You're welcome.
But what about the video we were watching?
Okay,
You
so-
interrupted us rudely.
We're pausing there, and we're going to continue the conversation next week.
I mean, this is part 1, part 2?
part 1 of 2. In part 2, we are going to talk about how you and I ultimately met, how you ghosted me, how I ghosted you.
Giving away all the secrets.
All right, so that's all coming next week. We're going to continue the conversation about dating apps and accessibility. But before we do that, before we say goodbye and sign off, I have a little story to share.
Okay.
A little extended episode story.
About what?
About a date I went on where I was rejected for my blindness.
Oh no.
It happened, Maple. It happened. I know. Oh, Maple. Maple. He's coming to my defense. He's like, how dare anybody do that?
Okay, tell me the story. Story time.
Story time. Story time. Okay, Matthew, this is for the extended episode.
Okay.
Okay, about my rejection.
Ouch.
Ouch is right. It hurt. But you know, Matthew, you gotta kiss a lot of toads before you find your prince, as they say. Okay, if you want to hear the story about my ultimate rejection and all of that, you know, the things that made me a stronger person, then you can head over to patreon.com/Matthew and Paul. Or you can tap right here and get that access to all of our extended episodes and extended stuff on YouTube. Right, Matthew?
And come back next week for part 2.
Part 2, we have lots more to go, more to tell about our story where Matthew ghosted me. Also rejected me, actually, now that I think about it.